Hello, everyone. Perhaps most of you have heard about Al-Qaeda, or you've seen the face of Osama bin Laden, the leader of the organization, on TV. Back in the 1980s, when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, the US and a couple of regional allies, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, decided to arm some Afghan mujahideen in Afghanistan in order to push the Soviet Union back from Afghanistan. Mission was accomplished. Soviet Union eventually pulled out of Afghanistan. However, mujahideen did not disband. They actually evolved into what we know today as Al-Qaeda. September 11, 2001, Al-Qaeda launched terrorist attacks on a number of targets in the United States. So the rebel group turned against the initial sponsor. Fast forward to 2011, when popular uprisings broke out in Syria and Libya, we saw once again a number of states were providing support to rebel groups in these two countries. Some of them to remove the despotic rulers, some of them wanted to keep Bashar al-Assad in power. So to figure out if this is a pattern of foreign policy behavior, I developed a data set for my research. That data set consists of all cases of non-state armed groups that received support from states from 1980 to 2017. I identified different types of support. I also identified different categories of unintended consequences. Surprisingly, in 77% of the cases, there have been some unintended consequences happening after external support. And even more surprisingly, the top sponsoring states were actually the ones that faced the worst type of unintended consequences. So why don't they learn the lessons? Why do they keep doing the same thing, despite the fact that it is likely that it might blow up in their face? I use the concept of role in foreign policy analysis to explain this complicated foreign policy behavior. By examining the official statements of the state leaders of these top sponsoring states, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United States, I found that these states' leaders have particular understanding of their national role in the international system. This unique conception of role actually leads them to engage in support of rebel groups in other countries. And this particular national role conception includes tasks, responsibilities, and also provides a range of foreign policy alternatives to these decision makers. By looking at different alternative options available to these foreign policy decision makers in these states, I found out that providing support to rebel groups is in fact the least bad option for them. Thank you.